Today on the Hero Comedy Podcast, we have a bear of a contest for you. What do I mean? We'll tell you after the theme tune. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Hero Comedy Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Patrick Brosnahan. Hey, take it easy. With me, as always, is my confidant and terrific comedian, Adam Green.
Hi, Pat. Thanks for having me.
And our special guest for this week, Neil O'Rourke.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, Neil.
Thank you for having me.
And today, later on in the show, we're going to have a battle for the ages between two mammals, I believe they are, unless you believe science.
Yogi Bear.
Versus
The Boss.
also known as Bear 122.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Bear 122.
Yeah.
He's just a massive bear in Canada. And
Yeah. This is... because usually we have sort of mismatches. Like we've had, leaders of religion versus superheroes, footballers versus speedsters. But this one, we heard Bear 122, and Adam was like, "I need to find another bear." We're just going straight down the middle of the road, folks. It's a bear versus a bear.
yeah. It's a bear fight.
Yeah, it's a bear fight. It's probably going to be the most brutal battle we've ever had on the show. But Neil, thank you for being here.
Not at all.
Thanks for coming on, man.
As he says, the bear is called the Boss.
Yeah.
You used to have a nickname that you self-encouraged. The business.
Oh, my God. I've completely... Yeah.
That was a
that's
long time
routine.
ago.
Yeah, that was a routine from a while back. Yeah, it was like... I did a pretty laddie course in uni.
Yeah.
I did a business degree. And it was clear... it's not like I was having a horrible time or anything.
Uh-huh.
But it just became funny to try be as laddie as I could and call myself the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
nice.
people really hated it. And particularly people who knew me, the longer you knew me, the more angry they would be. So friends from primary school were fuming that I was doing this. My friends from secondary school were begging me to stop.
Yeah, it was like, what do you mean you're the business?
Yeah, people who just met me, because I'd be like, they'd be like, who? And my uni friends would introduce me, and this is the business. So if that's your first introduction to Neil O'Rourke, they're immediately on board. So if you knew me for 5 minutes before I call myself the business, they love it. Yeah. But my old friends fucking hated it.
Yeah, because nicknames, I think, is something so interesting. Like, I've never had a nickname that I wanted or chose. I was called Patch in primary school, called Patrick. Patch.
That works.
Yeah. It's all worked, but I came around, people call me Patch. I said to my dad, and he goes, "Well, never let someone define you, son. You have to define yourself." I was like, "I'm 4." And then in secondary school, because I was selling Brosnahan, I was called Brizzy, which is disgusting.
Yeah, that's proper.
And then as soon as I sort of just go, "Hey, I'm Brizzy," I was like, "No, that's disgusting." I was just like, I can't win. Can I bring up Shaggers?
Yeah.
Adam has a mate called Shaggers, and I was wondering how he got that nickname. I thought maybe he's like a man about town, a bit of a cad. How did he get that name?
Well,
this is mad to me.
to give him his full title, it's Dr. Shaggers Moist.
Jesus.
He's actually got a PhD. That's where he got the doctor from.
Okay, so he's earned that.
that
Fair
is real.
play. Bit of respect at least.
Put the work in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So Shaggers was because his surname is Buckley, so we went Buckley, Fuckley, Fuckers, Shaggers.
All right, that just about
Awful.
tenuous.
Yeah. And Moist we just thought was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any?
Surname?
Did you have any nicknames?
Greenie was my uni one.
Yeah.
Which actually didn't work that well. Obviously my surname's Green, but people used to assume I sold weed.
Right.
Like, that's where it came from. Because people would be like, "Oh, me and you're in the same business." Like, I was like, "What, the business?"
Yeah.
No, that's Neil O'Rourke. He's in court. So they were like, "No, we're in the same thing." I was like, "What, drinking?" He's like, nah, you know. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Like, selling weed. And like, I don't sell weed. Like, I don't even smoke weed.
Yeah.
Smoked it a couple of times and then had to go to bed.
Yeah.
Well, the nickname was so big. It's on a belt, right?
I had a belt with Greenie on it.
Oh,
Right.
so you did help this along a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Barney is our producer, not the camera. We'll send you the photo. Put it on the screen. We have it of this belt.
Yeah, it's on It's in Diamante.
Oh, jeez. You know, the other nickname I had was when I moved into secondary school.
Yeah.
I knew basically no one going to my year. My primary school, we all went to different. You know, a lot of primary schools they've got like there's the obvious pipeline of you went to this school, therefore you're going to this secondary school. Mine primary school didn't have that, so when I went into secondary school, I didn't really know anyone, and I was so shy that someone got in their head that my name was Tom. And I was so shy that instead of correcting them, I thought it'd be easier to just adapt the new name. And so we started in September, and I think it was just before Christmas. Someone came up to me, Ian Curtin. He came up to me and said, "Tom, is your name Tom?" I said, "No, it's Neil." And they just went like, "Look, we've settled into this now. So now if I go back to Ballincollig, there will still be people who, if they see me, they'll be like, 'All right, Tom,
Yeah. The nerve of this guy to go someone who he thinks is called Tom.
Yeah.
I said, that's not your name.
Yeah.
Like, I have a friend called Patrick. I was supposed to go to his secondary school, but I didn't. It was a private school. I eventually went to somewhere else. But my name was still in the register. And we have the same initials, like PB. Like, he's also had a B surname. So it'd be his name and then my name in the register for every lesson. So people start calling him Patrick Brosnan as a joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just
And so he said, no, I'm Patrick. This other name. We're like, no, you're Patrick Brosnan. Because this guy's not turned up, so you must be him. I was like, no, I'm just that. And then he went to my sixth form. And we were actually in the same class.
Oh, that's chaos.
And he goes, Patrick Brosnan. And he looked at me like, it's you. You stole my life.
Oh, right.
You hadn't met before?
We never met before. But for years he was jokingly called me. And then he met me. He's like, what the fuck did you do?
There was a guy, he was in the year above me.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with him now. But when we were teenagers, I didn't know him that well. And he was English. And I'm not going to say his actual name because I don't like it appreciate it. But his name, I'm trying to think up of like a name that'll work. Like say his name's actually John Doe.
Sure.
And but because he was like English and basically the only English person in our school, people would be like, you know, John English. John.
Yeah.
So for years I thought his name was John English, and it wasn't. His name was something completely different. But just because he was English, I just thought that must be his name.
Yeah.
That was everyone would immediately just as a tick would have to go, John English.
And then they made a film out of that.
Oh yeah,
starring
Rowan
Rowan
Atkinson,
yeah. That man's name, Rowan
Yeah.
Atkinson. I'm not older than you think I am.
He's also a lot younger. They met in the middle.
Yeah.
Also, just to finish the double Patrick Brosnan story. One time we were out, I called an Uber, and he was walking home. And Uber pulled up to him and said, "Patrick Brosnan." Goes, "Yep," and he took my Uber.
That's amazing.
And to his house, so he's just directing me. I can just see my phone, like, and my Uber. So you've been picked up. I'm like, no, I haven't. And I called the Uber driver, and he wouldn't pick up. I was like, why is he not picking up? And I was like, of course he's not picking up because he's like, why is this fucker in the back seat calling me? I could just see it, and I realized I was going to his house. I was like, oh God, it's him. And this was a crucial Uber for me. It's like the day before payday, and you have the last Uber, the one you get for free, sort of.
Yeah.
But you pay it back again in like a week. I was like, so I had to run to get the last tube or whatever. Just checking the Uber, see like maybe I could get it back. It's like, and then it's like, what do you mean you've gone to McDonald's?
Yeah.
I can't afford to go to McDonald's.
Okay, yeah. And he gave him a tip.
It sounds like he was your biggest enemy.
Yeah, he's my biggest friend, my biggest enemy. I think it happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like how Austin Powers and Dr. Evil are secretly brothers. Yeah.
Spoiler. I didn't know that.
Spoiler for the book I wrote. I don't think it's ever been confirmed.
Is that out yet?
No. I've sent the first 2 chapters to the publisher, and they've responded, oh.
Yeah, the voice note.
Yeah. I thought it was about a nice guy, a Brazilian Scottish man growing up in rural England. No, it's about Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. Sorry if the pitch was a bit, vague, but this is what the book's about. I can't get back
I
to
genuinely have no idea whether you've got a book ready or not.
Neither do they. Neither do I. But the advance has been spent, so I guess I have to book out. Well, Neil, thanks for being with us. This podcast is all about heroes, conflict. Do you believe in heroism? Irish is an island. Ireland is a country full of heroes. Do you believe in heroism?
That's more philosophical than I was expecting. I thought this was like a beer podcast.
All right, okay. How much have you ever fucking drank before?
We're talking about legends.
You ever fucked a 10 out of 10? We could go either way.
I think heroes are a thing.
Yeah, is it like a local day thing or is it a mythological thing? What do you think? We'll go back to that fun stuff after this.
Yeah. I do think the hero thing, I think it's harder for because with a hero you want them to be somewhat pure.
Yeah.
But now because of social media, everyone's going to be human. I don't mean that they're all horrible pricks, but they're going to do something where you're like, oh,
yeah.
Even if it's that they do bad TikTok sketches, if you've got a favorite rugby player and then you see him, doing joke sketches online, you go, oh, you're not funny. You're one of those bland people I've ever seen. So it just goes harder to stay at that level.
That's always the case with sports people. They're always so bland.
They're just so media trained.
Yeah.
I think they could be a laugh, but they're just so media trained that it saps any.
They have to be now because of social media.
Yeah.
Because everyone is waiting with just baying, just there.
Yeah.
Just can't wait for you to swear at Norway. Or, like Paul Gascoigne did that time. They went, "Oh, Paul, have you got a message for Norway?" He went, "Yeah, fuck you, Norway."
You can't be angry at that.
No, Paul Gascoigne can burn in fucking hell. Fucking flute playing cunt. He's a bad man. He has his troubles, but he plays for Rangers, so he's.
He's a bad man. Yeah. I'm on board.
Yeah.
But they have the media. I mean, Cole Palmer is great though. As a modern day footballer, have you seen any interviews with Cole Palmer?
No.
It's
incredible.
It's amazing.
He doesn't know what a meal deal is.
He doesn't know what a meal deal is. He was asked what sandwich he'd get in a meal deal. He said jam. So I think
Which is incredible.
We've covered that on the podcast.
Yeah, but look it up.
I get as a footballer, you're probably not getting meal deals, but surely as a teenager you got 1 or 2.
Yeah, but I guess did he have
probably got
because he's still only
personal chef
20,
from the
21,
age
isn't he?
of 14 basically. He's 22, 23 now, something. But yeah, he also more recently he got a Man of the Match award in the final of the European Conference League, and he had it tucked into his shorts. They were like, "Why have you put your trophy in your shorts, Cole?" And he said, "I don't have pockets."
That's genuinely funny.
Yeah.
And you don't expect that from.
No.
There's an Irish rugby player who is an absolute hero. If we're talking of heroes, Peter O'Mahony.
Okay.
He's an absolute hero. And I've been a Munster supporter my whole life, and he's been playing for Munster since I was about 17 or 18. He's only retired this season, so he's always he's been a permanent figure, and I just love him more and more and more because he's like a no nonsense hard man. But there's an incredible.
We thought you were going to pick a Munster player when we were talking yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I will say I was thinking of picking Peter O'Mahony.
Yeah.
But I think I have too much respect for him to be funny about him.
Oh yeah.
But there's a phenomenal clip where Munster won our first trophy in I think it was 11 years or something, and then Peter O'Mahony's the captain. He's handing the man of the match award to John Hodnett, and the interviewer asks something vague like, it took a lot of work there. Did you have to dig in deep to get that win? And John Hodnett, the first sentence that he says is, "Yeah, look, fuck it." And immediately he's screwed it up. And Peter O'Mahony's just handed him the award. And Pete seems to be someone who kind of takes his position as a role model quite seriously. and you just see him. The moment he goes fuck it, Peter Manning just freezes and just does a full on hand face palm moment. He just pauses. He can't even look at the camera. Just has to cover his face.
Oh man!
It is one of the best moments of TV sports journalism. I don't know what you call that. It's one of the best moments of a post-match interview I've ever seen. It's so funny.
Are you O'Driscoll fan like the rest of Ireland?
Oh,
he never played for Munster.
He didn't play for Munster. He played for our rivals, but he played for them when they weren't as good as Munster.
Right,
so
okay,
it's easy
that's
for me
okay.
to love him. Yeah, but also he was just he was, he changed rugby in Ireland. He's I mean, I remember do you know what's the name of that Irish pub in Edinburgh? Is it
Dropkick Murphys.
There's Dropkick Murphys.
No, the one that Irish people go to.
Yeah, those are two different things. There's the Irish pub, and it's called Malone's or Mahone's or something like that.
Yeah.
But they've got a big picture of Brian O'Driscoll up in there. And me and my brother were in there. We just walked past it, and without even thinking, we both just blessed ourselves. He was our Lord. He's class.
Yeah, no, we've had him before, actually. Not as a guest, but as a hero.
Was that Ray? No, not
it was
Hugh.
Hugh. It was Hugh.
Yeah,
not Ray Peacock.
Yeah.
That's a very different man.
That's a reference pulled out from 10 years ago for myself.
Yeah, not even he calls himself that anymore, I don't think. He uses
You're right,
He uses his original name, which is Big Fucker.
That tracks that Hugh would have picked him. Hugh's a Cork man who wears Leinster jerseys.
Yeah.
Which is, it's not quite a Celtic fan wearing a Rangers jersey, but
it's not quite
a million miles away from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've certainly got a problem with you wearing an Ireland jersey, mainly to functions.
He'll wear a jersey he thinks his nice top is a rugby.
It's
jersey.
his uniform,
at a wedding. He's walking us down the aisle. With a big O2 on his stomach,
I don't think I've ever seen him not wearing a jersey.
Yeah, no.
I don't think we do anything for him except take him to a clothes shop, apparently. Hugh, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, we're going to do a pretty woman to you.
What, we're going to sell him for sex?
Yeah. We're going to get you the fucking old man.
What else have you been up to recently? So I mean,
you two went on a trip to Romania together. Can we talk about this?
On holidays together. We went to Romania.
Yeah,
we're not sure if we can talk about this because I don't know if certain things have been launched.
Yeah, have you done a hard launch?
Oh, me and Susie.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, great.
I'm not sure if I have actually done a hard launch, but I think it's our 1 year anniversary on Friday.
If you launch,
If I'm keeping this under wraps.
For your present, I'm going to share a photo of you on Instagram.
I'm going to tell my friends about you.
Anyway, can you pick up the bill, babe?
Romania was class.
Yeah, it was good.
It was way more, I would say, particularly Cluj, the first city I went to, it was way more European than I expected it to be.
Yeah,
it was
really nice.
The only thing that was mad, and Adam felt the brunt of this, is the driving there is absolutely fucking mad.
Yeah.
Adam had to do, I'd say about an hour driving, maybe even 2 hours driving through an actual storm where we were all getting messages on our phone from the government saying flood
about
it was a pedo storm.
Oh no.
But it was
absolutely raining.
So because I was driving, my phone started making this but none of us knew what it was.
Never heard a phone make before,
and I thought
that's terrifying.
I thought it was the car warning me about something. And I was like, what is the car warning me about? And my phone is also vibrating at the same time.
But you remember as well, that morning we'd had a puncture and we'd got it repaired and that was fine. But then we heard this go off and everyone in the car just presumed the wheels falling off.
Yeah.
So we thought something was like that.
Yeah, on a motorway, this warning going
no
off.
hard shoulder.
Just a ditch next to the motorway.
It was
we would have been so fucked if it was actually coming.
Thank God it was only a government warning for floods, telling us to seek refuge as fast as we can.
Refuge, and here's all the local spots, and just blares red. We can't stop anywhere.
Well, so interestingly, only 4 out of
better
6,
be.
only 4 out of 6 of us got the warning. The gays did not get the flood warning.
That's very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, Sonny,
Yeah, they're like, go outside.
please leave the car.
And one of them, Stephen, was like, it was a 7-seater car. So he was like, not just in the back seats, he was in like the boot.
Yeah.
So he just
Yeah.
and with all the luggage, so he could just hear his muffled voice being like, "Why haven't I got it?"
There's no signal in the boot.
But we were driving through the storm, and like it was so rainy, and they overtake there, like as a given, like it's standard to overtake. So we were being overtaken by a lorry, and it wasn't on a motorway. It was on like just a normal road.
Yeah, single lane each way.
Single lane each way. A lorry was overtaking us, and the maddest part was this sounds like I'm making it up. The lorry had eyes. They put like LED eyes.
Oh, fuck, of course.
Red eyes.
Red
looking at
eyes
us.
that blinked and like looked around
Yeah.
and looked evil.
Yeah.
It was one of the most.
Is these
surreal
like single way
moments.
roads? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and a ditch either side again.
No,
Like,
because I had one. I was, in Aberdeen. I went to the Brewdog factory, the brewery, as part of my time at university, and that's the roads there. And it's a bunch of us doing the tour. Which, we're having IPAs, or whatever. A guy at the back who I didn't recognise goes, "What's the strongest one you have?" And well, there's currently a few in manufacture which is like 90% beer, but the strongest we can sell is one called Tokyo, which is 20%. He goes, "Do you mind if I have one of them?" And it's like, "Yeah, you can try one of them." And then he tried it, and I was like, "Okay, well, fair enough, mate. He's probably a mature student." And I was like, "Oh no, he's a bus driver." And then he tried to overtake a tractor on the way back, and there was just a bus coming to us. Like, oh my god! Please don't let me die on a Brewdog trip. My dad's gonna think I'm such a cunt.
That should have been the real story for Tokyo Drift,
Yeah,
because the beer was called Tokyo.
yeah.
yeah.
And it just about works.
Just about no, it
not,
works.
Not funny, but structurally
It
pretty
does
sound.
work.
Yeah. It is all there. All the
Yeah.
parts are there.
All that which makes it so much more cutting that it isn't funny.
That's the best note I've ever received. Structurally, it works, but just not funny.
It's just no fun.
Yeah. Like someone, I know who's writing scripts for something, received the note, too funny. I'm like, that's the best note.
Really?
Yeah. This bit is too funny to distract.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like a horrific like drama about the Holocaust?
Yeah, it was Jonathan Glaze, and he was writing The Zone of Interest. This bit too funny.
It's just the tits material
Yeah.
really undercut.
Yeah. And
Undermines the message.
and I think we all know, no notes is the kiss of death. That means no one gives a shit. You haven't read it. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, sorry.
I thought I'd done nothing but perfect shows.
I was directing that show, wasn't I? Yeah, sorry, I was at the bar getting chicken sliders.
Yeah.
On the notes, when the sliders were fantastic, and they
Yeah.
arrived about here. So
Yeah, I just the script covered in grease and harissa, ketchup.
Yeah. But it's only like the front page and the back page that are covered in like finger grease. The middle pages haven't even
Pristine.
been touched.
Absolutely pristine.
But whilst we were in Romania, obviously we went on some haunted houses, which
Oh, please. You them as well?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They were good fun, but
For
they
audio
were
listeners.
like they were budget.
there was one called what's the Vlad Dracula's house or something.
Yeah,
it was
I
above a
went to
restaurant.
two.
Oh,
I
like
can't
the
remember.
original Dracula name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Was this
all
the one in Bran or the one
the w-
in Chigishora?
the one in that one, the one in Cheeky Shura. It's so all the reviews were like 1 and 2 star, and it was like it's just a drunk guy in a coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when we turned up so late, the drunk guy he'd gone
He
home.
left.
It's just an empty coffin.
An empty coffin with like the mask still left in.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to do that, yeah.
Yeah, help yourself. You can.
Imagine that's Poe. If he arrives too early, he's sober.
Yeah.
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 No good.
Sorry,
And that's
sorry.
awful because he's not ready, but you need a perfect level of drunk.
The second one was even funnier, I thought.
Is
Because
this the Woods one? I've been heard about the Woods.
Oh,
Or-
no.
no, the Woods one. That wasn't the. That was
That
just-
was a real
just the
Woods.
Oh, that was a real- oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, excuse me. The second one was?
The second one is like it's another ghost house where you
Yeah.
But it was like no one was going in because again the reviews like I think on TripAdvisor had like 1.9 stars or something, like absolute dog shit.
It's very hard to get 1.9.
Yeah, like
Lambeth Council has like 1.5.
Yeah. This ghost house has no notes. and but it was so funny. So no one's going in, but we were going to go in, and so we paid our money to go in, and there's two guys on the door, and we pay our money, and he nudges the other, like the guy who took our money nudges the other guy and says, just points up the stairs. So he walks up the stairs in the exit door, and we go around the ghost
with
house.
the kind of energy of.
Yeah,
like
a pupil who's been sent to the principal's office.
The energy I do this podcast with.
Yeah, so sorry.
Yeah.
And then so we go then through the like incredibly budget ghost house. But then when we come into the last room, in all the rooms, all the scares had been like animatronic, really shit.
Yeah.
Like they had someone who, like he looked like Mick Jagger or something. It was like a.
Don't you throw those daggers at me?
Well, it was an audio recording of three different Romanian actors doing three different Romanian actors doing American accents. So the first one was like, what was it? Oh, the first one was, "I am Count Dracula," and then the voice clearly changes to, "I'm going to kiss your neck," and then the third one, "I want to suck your blood," and it was so shit. But then you finally come into the last room, and it's the first room that has an actual actor playing.
Yeah.
But it's the guy who's just gone up the stairs, and you can see he's in his
out of
hoodie. Yeah, he's still panting, and all you can see his like hiking boots, his tracksuit pants, and his hoodie. All he's done is put a mask on. And he kind of slowly looks over at us, stands up, and just points at the door to tell us to get out. It was
You must
funny.
go.
And the girl, Hannah and Susie, were screaming so much that after we'd seen that.
What was it? A gift shop?
Oh, the thing was mostly gift shop.
Yeah. 90% gift shop.
That no one had gone in here for about 20 minutes, and then we came out, and because they'd been screaming so much, the queue is now about 20 people strong.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And they will have all walked in going like, why? How did they scream at their side? It was so shit.
It was at least you were at the front. Like, so Neil got all the jump scares, which weren't good, but I was at the back.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'm just know when they're cut because some of them reset, some of them didn't even.
Did you see some of them just like, so I have to go now, and then you're there like, sorry.
Yeah, it's like I was like walking between the scares, like
that's
right.
Right.
I had to ask Susie to stop hold my. So basically, she was like, Susie was terrified and like screaming.
I'll hold your can if that's.
And no, I put it down here. Basically, she was holding my hand, and like any scare she'd like yank down.
Yeah.
And I had to ask her to stop holding my hand because she was going to sprain my wrist. That's such an
She was like
angle.
Trump handshaking you.
Yeah, she was doing full Trump handshake. But it was so funny. I think that might have been the highlight of the trip for me.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we were in good spirits for 2
That's
hours
amazing,
after that because it was just so funny. My advice, if there's ever if you're ever on holidays and you see a tourist attraction that has less than 2 stars, you simply must go.
Yeah, that's actually quite a good tip.
Yeah.
That and always go to a metal bar. That's if you're in the.
Yeah.
That's a little life.
Especially in
hack
Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Wiki Travel. Sure, they will mug you, but you have a fucking.
No, they won't
great
mug
time.
you. Metal people
they
are the
won't mug you,
nicest people in the world. I don't mean
Well,
robots. I mean people who are into metal.
Wiki Travel for every country is like people will force you to go to bars and buy a daiquiri for €200.
Yeah, or go to this metal bar which has everything on draft, good music, because they won't play metal in the day. They'll play metal at like 11, but they'll just be playing like decent rock, like 80s rock.
When I went to Albania this year, I was going to metal bar, and the theme that night was British punk. I was like, perfect, it's lined up.
Yeah,
I went there, it was closed.
Oh, no.
I was advertised on the Instagram, the website, everything, and I was so disheartened. I was like, you know what, this place should burn. But we'll just go.
I was going to say, the metal bar in Edinburgh, I think it's called Opium.
Yeah.
Dropkick Murphys, yeah.
No, metal bar with the actual metal people go.
Oh, yeah. Opium, yeah. Well, the girls did a show there.
They did. I did a show there the year before, I think, or the year after. I can't remember. But yeah, they've got like skulls all over the wall.
The girls.
And
The girls.
the dollies. No, but like they've got skulls all over the wall. It's like presented as a metal bar, but they were playing Good Charlotte, and I just think that really undercuts.
Yeah.
Like suddenly the skulls on the wall stop feeling heavy metal and start feeling teenager's bedroom.
They should be called Bad Charlotte.
Yeah.
There's more metal.
I went
More
out-
screen.
I'm
Go
sorry.
on.
I went out with 2 Charlottes in a row. And
you?
my mates called the later one Good Charlotte.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a bit of fun. Just
Yeah.
a bit of fun.
Just a bit of fun.
Don't worry about it. No
Yeah.
need to lose any
Yeah,
sleep.
don't be stressed.
Yeah.
Friend of mine went out with 2 Bens in a row, and we just called the second one Ben 2. And he was like, "Stop calling me that."
Yeah.
I know they have a kid.
Imagine if it was Ben 10.
Ben.
That would
Yeah,
feel
that
worse.
would-
That
be
show is apparently incredible. My brother loved it. And his sister's Gwen 11? No, Gwen 10. No, he's got Kevin 11. And there's Nelv 12. No. Nelv? We'll be right back with a scream of a debate after a word from our sponsors. And we're back. Welcome back to the Hero Complex podcast, the podcast that separates the heroes from the zeros. We have a bear fight today. Yogi Bear versus Bear 112 versus, also known as the boss.
Yes.
Neil, when will you first become aware of this rebel?
I genuinely don't know. He was. I'm really into wildlife stuff, so I think my
Yeah.
Instagram feed is now mostly wildlife.
Mm.
And at some point, and at some point, it started coming up with. He's like really well known. If you're into wildlife, this isn't like a.
This isn't as obscure as I think it is.
Yeah. In the wildlife community, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But, he's,
Obscure in the wildlife community, eating pussy.
but
Why does?
Why?
Sorry, Neil. Go on.
So yeah, I would guess in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I hadn't done a deep dive on the boss until Adam said about the podcast.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Need to find a hero. My mind, because in Romania, me and Susie splintered off and then went on bear watching holiday.
Yeah.
So bears were on my mind, and I thought, well, I need to pick a bear, and this is like,
Yeah.
he's the Taylor Swift of the bear
I've
world.
already done David Harbour.
Yeah. That joke would have landed harder if I knew who David Harper is.
He's a big grizzly man.
Oh, is he?
How you call
Yeah.
him David Harper?
Is that his name?
David Harper.
David Harbour.
Harbour.
He's the sheriff from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right,
And
yeah,
if he
yeah.
was a homosexual, probably would be designated as a bear.
Yeah, but he's
right,
not
okay.
a homosexual. He's married
I-
to Lily Allen.
Is it?
No, not anymore.
Oh, he
Oh.
was married to
But there
Lily
were
Allen.
abuse allegations.
Okay, right.
Not cool.
Yeah, no.
She shouldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Your music, your music's shit.
Um,
How dare you, Lillian?
Making him listen to her music.
Yeah.
I saw
It's
Lily
probably
Allen
very
at a
serious.
festival.
Let's not joke
But
about it.
anyway,
I saw Lillian support Muse.
she scored a Muse.
Yeah,
That's an odd combo.
it was, but she was quite good.
Yeah, she's a
Actually.
good performer.
Yeah.
But so the bear would,
Yeah.
And then so I did a bit more of it. I say I did a deep dive. I read 2 articles about him.
That's
But
a lot.
That's
for
a
this.
lot. Yeah.
I watched 2 episodes of Yogi Bear a while ago.
That's why Yogi's up against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I suppose
sorry.
now that we've introduced
Yeah.
who the bears or the boss is
Well,
fighting.
no, but why is a bear famous? From in your words, 'Cause
Right,
we
so-
don't want to like recount the outcome. Why do you like it?
He's so the reason he's well known is he's in Banff National Park in
Yeah.
Canada. He's bigger than most of the bears in the area. I think he's around 300 kilos, which is big for anything. But
like-
he's
Yeah, it's all right.
It's like me and you put together.
No, it's like me put together with none of you.
A bear.
with a regular sized bear.
Yeah, me and my packed lunch is 300 kilos.
But so he's huge, right? And as a boy, I obviously like something that's big.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like men, like things that we're just
Yeah,
trucks are cool when you're a kid.
trucks,
Everyone's
Godzilla,
Godzilla.
Megazords.
Your favorite dinosaur, everyone is
Yeah.
T-Rex because he was the biggest one. So obviously he's
Yeah.
my favorite bear because
Yes.
he's the biggest bear.
Yeah.
No one wants a Stegosaurus. You want the T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want a mid steak.
Yeah. you don't want you want an animal.
I hate that. That's like spag ball. The plated tubes mid steak.
Did you notice how quickly I was on board with this?
Yeah.
You're like, mid-steak. And he's
You're right,
like,
no
I
one wants
hate
to
that.
steak.
You're the business, man.
So he's big, and that's inherently class.
Yeah.
He's fathered like something like 70% of the cubs in the area.
Really? He's like Genghis Khan.
Yeah. He's the Genghis Khan of
Genghis
the bear
Cubs.
world. He's Genghis Cubs, and he's I think they said he's mated with like if not all, close to all of the females in the area. And I don't want to be toxic masculinity about it, but come on. That's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, as far as bare consensual goes, it's probably got it.
Oh, I
And
don't.
because there's no. Well, you know what? Why did I have to take it down that road? No, the bears are legends.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the reasons I like the boss so much is he's always got consent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
All right,
consent
kids?
is cool.
Yeah. Well, offer this would be teenagers in the
Clip
park.
that, Barney. Put that out.
No, they offer me teenagers in the woods. Like, hey, what? We're going steady. Like, let's do more. Like, get off me, Chad. And then bear 122 will be like, hey, consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Smokey?
Yeah, he's teaching the kids. He's like a role model.
What's the one the bear that teach about for Smokey the bear?
Yeah, I think it was Smokey.
Yeah, Smokey the bear, but this one's about condoms and consent. Yeah, Blokey the bear.
Blokey the bear.
Wow.
But Bear 122. This
So it's just so his scientific name is Bear 122, but he's known as the boss.
the boss. Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, let's go with the boss because that's
the
nice.
nerds
Yeah.
call him Bear 122.
Yeah.
I
Let's
feel
go with
like we're going to upset a lot. Like we're going to really disappoint a lot of Bruce Springsteen fans
Yeah.
when they click on
Yeah.
the boss one.
Bear in the USA. That's going to be the entire podcast for now.
Down-
Bear puns.
Yeah.
Bear in the USA, which is particularly good because he's in Canada.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, the river. He'd probably enjoy that.
It would have been. It would have been. I know you've gone for like matching a bear against the bear, but it would have been good to match the boss against the boss.
Yeah.
And put him up against Bruce Springsteen.
We could have done that
But
as well.
yeah,
Well, good
that
luck
was
about
so
Bruce.
easy.
Bruce seems too nice. I don't want Bruce Springsteen. He seems like a decent guy. I don't want him fighting a bear.
Yeah, we
And,
have
al-
done
and also,
Bruce
and also
Springsteen
a
before,
little
yeah.
peek behind the curtain. Adam said Yogi Bear. I said, do you want to change it? He said Yogi Bear. So there was the chance.
So
I said, should we do Yogi Bear? You said no.
I said no.
And you went, you pick your hero, and I went Yogi Bear.
I was like, you've said it twice, so we said it 3 times. I said no, but you know how my brain works
Well, if
now.
you say him a third time, he appears in a mirror behind you and then nicks your lunch.
Yeah.
So,
the fact that you said no 3 times and Adam still made you pick Yogi Bear means you need a talk from the boss about consent. I think Yogi Bear will struggle to fight the boss because the boss, one of his biggest, like most badass facts is he was hit by a train, survived.
Yeah, this I want to get. Yeah.
He got hit by a train because he like picks up like dead
If
animals.
you don't mind, we'll get to the train survival in a second.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Well, let's listen to what this pussy bear has to fuck. Yogi Bear, an animation icon.
yeah.
When were you first aware of him, Adam, and why is he your hero?
Yogi Bear, he's smarter than the average bear.
I've heard this.
He's not hencher than the average bear, though, so he might come a bit unstuck. He's just a cheeky kind of guy, man. He goes around at the park nicking picnics with his mate Boo Boo.
Picnic baskets.
Yeah, but not like they're not empty. They've got the picnic in it. Like he wants the food.
Yeah, he doesn't empty out the.
Yeah, it's
not
not like
empty
He's
the
talking
basket.
about, I want the wicker.
Yeah. He's a wicker collector.
I eat wicker.
I just love red and white checked
Yeah.
blankets to.
All right,
eat
no,
and sleep
you
on.
know what? I've pushed my king over. You've won checkmate.
But it's probably the most iconic Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
What?
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
Nah.
Scooby Doo's not a bear.
Wait. Hanna-Barbera bear or Hanna-Barbera cartoon? Did you say?
It's a cartoon, but I like how
A bear.
I like how
I'll debate bear
no,
as
no,
well.
no. No, hang on. I just love how Neil has got bears so much on the mind. Where it's like, I said cartoon, and he's like, yes, Scooby-Doo's not a bear, so he doesn't count as anything, as far as I'm concerned.
I got no respect.
The goal of saying Yogi Bear's the most iconic Hanna-Barbera.
What am I supposed to say?
The Flintstones.
He's the 5th most iconic.
Well, don't say that.
Well, we're here now.
You picked Yogi Bear.
Yeah. I
He
love him.
he
I
was
think he's
named
great.
after.
Were you actually a Yogi Bear fan?
I used to watch him every day, but before school, like
Secondary
when I was doing
Where
my
were you raised?
GCSEs, yeah.
Where were you raised? Quebec. What's this?
Quebec?
Quebec.
Like,
That's on me.
yeah, no, it was on CBBC in the morning.
Okay, fair.
I think I had a. I don't think it was mine specifically, but there was a teddy of Yogi Bear in my house growing up. It might have been my brother's because I think he also quite liked Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
But I had a teddy of the boss. I've been a fan since.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I was an early fan.
This bear is old.
Yeah.
This bear is older than Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Don't cut out the first bit, Barney, and make that callback make no sense. I'm on to you.
Barney, just leave this episode as it is. Apart from the one thing I said earlier.
Oh, about that. Well, some people don't think they should.
Who knows? Let's see if I have a job. Okay, so two bears. Yogi Bear, smarter than the average bear.
Yeah.
The boss, tougher than the average bear.
Yeah.
Would they get on? Could they combine to make a bear alliance, or are they going to fight?
Oh, it's a good question, actually.
Yogi's used to working with people. He's got boo-boo.
Yeah.
That's a good point. He's a good diplomat.
Yeah.
He's always able to tell that ranger fella to piss off.
Yeah,
he does it more nuanced than that.
Are you fucking pissed off? Sorry, Yogi.
My only concern is that there's an issue, or there was an incident where the bear, they found a black bear carcass that had been stripped to the bone, and the boss was on the scene still eating him. So the bear has priors for really doing a number on a bear.
Wow.
So I do strip to the phrase in the article was strip to the bone and the paws, and I don't know how to picture that.
I just find it funny. It's like
strip
to the bone. Stripped to the bone.
Yeah.
Like black bear just sat and someone having torture. What's it? And then just like the boss like, ooh. Just like it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I just stumbled upon the scene.
Yeah. I mean that suggests that wasn't just a territorial dispute. That he went to eat a black bear. So I speak with all respect to Yogi. I worry for his safety.
Yeah. So he's just
bears.
He's just making sandwiches.
That's not something bears do.
Yeah. Yogi Bear eats pate and fucking deviled eggs.
The boss does like sort of religious tribal shit where he eats one of a different tribe just to show how dominant he is.
Yeah.
The bear
fry his testicles.
The boss speaks tongues. While sacrificing a black bear, while Yogi's hello, boo boo, maybe we'll get ham and mustard.
It's just being absolutely gutted. But so, maybe they won't get on. Maybe it feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, Yogi is charismatic, isn't he?
Yes, he's got a little tie.
He's got a little tie.
He's got a little tie.
Yeah.
And his testicles out. So I think if you can get away with that.
I YouTubed Yogi Bear just to remind myself of like what he was about, and he tricks the ranger to being on his side in like one clip I watched. So I mean within the clip the ranger went from hating him to being caring for him
every episode, and then he mugs him off.
Is that actually what happens every episode?
Kind of, yeah.
That's class.
He's like, hey, ranger, whatever his name, Kevin. Anyway,
I can't remember what the ranger's name is.
We really should have looked that up. But he's like, hey, Ranger Kevin, why don't you help us get this picnic basket? And then he's like, oh, fine, whatever. And then he's like, hey, Ranger Kevin, why don't you go fuck yourself, yeah? Mug you off, you little sap.
I'd love to see one episode of Yogi Bear written by Adam Green.
Hey, Ranger Kevin.
I'd write it all over the phone.
It's all one voice note.
Yeah.
Hello, is that Yogi Bear? Hello, Ranger Kevin. What do you think your wife is?
That's a pretty good impression.
Yeah, Boo Boo's got it.
What was Boo's deal?
Boo Boo just followed him around. But he was like sort of smarter than Yogi.
What? But I thought
Yogi's smarter than
the average
He's
bear.
like arrogant. Boo Boo would like sort of cover up the mistakes in a way. Yeah. I think. Or he was just a dumb fucking kid.
He was the Ghislaine to his
okay,
Epstein.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Boo Boo was his fixer.
Yeah.
The Torval to his Dean. Oh, sorry, no, let's go with the...
I love how Torval and Dean have just been dragged into a ring scandal.
Torval, what is this island? Maybe you should go home.
Don't go in the basement.
I'll stay here for a bit.
Yeah.
Explore.
I want plausible deniability here.
How did they get so good at ice skating?
Yeah. I need... we sharpen the bones. No.
Given how the conversation's gone, I'm glad you didn't pick Bruce Springsteen to be the other one because he doesn't deserve to be part of this conversation.
No, Bruce Springsteen. We give a lot of time to. There's a previous episode. Just go check it out. Bruce Springsteen versus Nick Clegg or something.
Oh yeah, that's one of the episodes. Grimace versus Eddie Van Zandt. The boss got hit by a train and survived.
Hit by a train.
Yogi Bear, day by day, is accused of malice
running
by the
a
Rangers.
train on the Rangers misses.
Yeah, he ran a train on the Rangers misses. Please don't interrupt my PG podcast. Day after day. What's the worst thing to come from a lifetime of abuse or getting hit by a train once? Good question, I think.
Yeah.
Can you believe can you believe I lost my therapist license?
Talking of which, should we do the better help reading now or later?
Yeah, we'll do that now. Hey, do you want therapy from a fucking hungover teenager that has no qualifications? Join BetterHelp. Use code Hero Complex to get 10% added on. Well, tells you why you should talk to your mum. Join BetterHelp. Code again. Hero Complex to add 10% on. Maybe you'll get worse.
Yeah.
All right, so back to the bear fight.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking company's a scam.
There was a moment there as we all had to take a breather after the BetterHelp ad.
Yeah, well, therapy always does that to me.
Yeah, it's tiring, isn't it? Therapy.
It's fucking tiring trying to bat away the hands from my dick.
I used to do therapy on a Thursday lunchtime at work, so I'd do therapy and then have to go back and do another 4 hours of work.
Jesus.
I was not in a good headspace for that work.
No.
Not much got done on Thursday.
I used to
You still doing therapy?
No. I'm fixed now.
You're
Bit
fixed.
perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm scared to do the first one. Apparently the first one's brutal, your first session. Everything comes out. That's what I've heard.
It's mainly like admin.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting it out to do admin.
I found as well the first three or four, you're kind of buzzing from like, oh, I'm addressing things. This is really good. But then 6 or 7 months in, it's like, I'm not feeling. I used to dread them. Like,
really?
Yeah, I really did enjoy doing it.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Well, that shouldn't be the way.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't.
Well, I don't think excited has been the way for it either.
I get to go ruin an hour of someone else's life by telling them about all my problems.
Getting excitement. This week's about my mum. Looking forward to this one.
I bet I'm interesting this week.
That is the thing I don't really like about therapy is they want you to walk into your own conclusions. It's like, look, I'm a busy guy. Give me the gist of what is wrong with me.
Yeah. Give me your book. Can I just read that book you'll read out?
Yeah. What do I need to say to my dad to sort of just unwrap 30 years of trauma?
Yeah, did you find as well they kind of insisted that you were angry with people? And I just genuinely wasn't.
Yeah? No, I didn't get that, Neil.
He was angry with people.
Yeah, no, I was telling them, they're like, no, you're not that angry. I was like, fucking hell. 130 quid for a ticket at Wembley. Fuck you, Bruce Springsteen. But
Do you reckon
yeah.
Yogi needs therapy?
I think he has an eating disorder. Right, I mean, so he
Don't laugh like that.
that was a
It
weird.
was like a weird release.
Yeah, it was good.
Don't like it.
So maybe he needs to address that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all
And-
that mischief doesn't come from nowhere, does it?
No, no, no. Well, I
Yeah.
made a deal with the mischief god. And I got a new pair of sneakers. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah?
I know. Why do you
Do you want to walk me through that one?
Why do you do podcasts for me? I say this stuff all the time and it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's good sometimes.
No, sometimes you need to make a deal with the god of mischief with new sneakers, but it goes, I have to add mischief to your life. That's a deal. And then you go, oh, it's going to be a low-key deal? And then he hits you. And then, because low-key is the god of mischief. And then, this would kill on Radio 4 80 years ago. Sorry,
What was the question?
So,
Sorry.
yeah.
the question is, does therapy work? Well, you don't do it anymore, and you're cool. You run now. You run and do gym, whatever.
I would say I was doing more gym when I was in therapy.
Yeah.
But now, I just broke the habit, and
Yeah.
I've realised how good it is to like eat ice cream and watch telly.
Well, it's a balance. Like, what did Oscar Wilde say? Ooh, suck my dick. Apart from that,
He really was a wordsmith, wasn't he?
apart from that, it's moderation, even moderation in itself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Suck my dick."
And they said, listen, I'm gay.
Just a
you're-
bit though.
I'm gay. You're
I've got
gay.
the gym in the morning.
Yeah. I was driving an electrical socket because he's in you. Can I shove my
went-
tip in it?
I went, who's Jim? He went, never mind.
Yeah. I have a picture of my attic of an ugly guy. I should write a book about it.
So yeah. So what's the
So,
question?
Are there categories for Yogi and the boss to fight? Like,
there are. Well,
Yeah.
there's the things like if they fought each other. I think that's quite an obvious
if
fight.
they fought each other, I mean,
Yeah.
Yogi's getting stripped to the bone.
Yogi's,
Yogi-
Even his little bowler hat is big.
Yogi's getting boned.
Yeah.
Well, no, do one. Yogi Bear is sort of inspired by a famous baseball player and commentator Yogi Bear.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do you think the boss would inspire?
Who the boss would inspire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yogi's someone inspired by someone else, but would the boss inspire him? Because he obviously was inspired by someone else because he's a fucking bear.
He's his own man.
He's his own man,
Yeah.
but do you think people would take the torch and become, where you can all be bosses like the bear?
Yeah, I mean,
Or the boss bear.
I think anyone who is going to be
Bear
inspired
boss.
by the boss, who's going to try be the boss, is going to be some like uber lad, isn't it? Like some
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate style. Yeah, it's like
Sooner or later, they're going to get into trafficking.
yeah. The boss is the thinking man. That's Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Do we think that's fair?
I think that's fair. And
I think they've got a similar target market.
Yeah, similar.
my opinion was that it's probably a bad question. The question would probably sucked. Whoever asked it. When was the last time you cried?
When was the last time I cried? I cry easily at movies.
I cry in movies now.
Yeah.
And I will just media. I cry. If it's a good deal or no deal episode, I'll cry.
yeah. Or the Gillette ad.
Oh, that one.
That song.
But the new one.
It's relatively new, I think.
Yeah.
the best man can
Where they've made the best a man can get into like a song.
Yeah, like
about
Yeah.
like being a good dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
hit. That kind of hits.
Fucking that punches,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw a ball to your son,
Ugh.
Gillette.
The best a man can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call
Yeah.
your wife a bit more. Yeah.
Make
that-
sure you're
Love your
at his
kid.
baseball game.
Yeah.
Don't call him the F word when he's drawing anime. Gillette.
Yeah,
The
it's-
best man can get. I know it rhymes with that word. Don't use it yet.
I felt so cheated when I realized that song was written by like a marketing team.
I know.
Was it?
Yeah, that's why it includes the Gillette catchphrase.
Yeah,
slogan.
that makes a lot of
yeah,
sense.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I'd love to say that you're being stupid, but I had the exact same journey.
Well,
Because I'd seen the I'm Your Venus.
Yeah, and that's Bananarama.
For
Was that not read by...
No,
written by
Bananarama
the
song.
team?
I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. That's Bananarama.
What is that? Yeah. Was it Bananarama?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a big fan.
Right?
Yeah.
All banana-based bands.
Banana Splits.
Bananarama. The
Bananas in
Killers.
Yeah.
They don't bring it up a lot. But they love it a lot. Okay, right. We should get to our final arguments.
How many cans is a 3-hour record?
I don't know, mate.
Depends who you're asking. I've had 2 Aspels and a lazy IPA.
That's actually less than I expected.
Yeah, and now I'm onto a low alcohol Stowford Press. Thanks once again to Stowford Press for charging the right amount of money to send us this.
For cutting
Yeah,
us
thanks.
absolutely no deal.
Thanks, lads.
Where Pat was in the House of Lords earlier.
Were you?
Yeah. I was at the House of Lords bar. Yeah.
And the bar, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I wasn't voting.
What were you doing there?
My friend is like a
If you say a lord, the podcast has changed.
my friend's a local. He's selling drugs to local MPs. No, he's a researcher for an MP, so he works in Portcullis House,
Alright.
part of Westminster. So and he invited us there. And so we had a drink there
Yeah.
before I came in because he's leaving his job on Friday.
Oh, is he? Oh, for God's sake. I'd have come tonight.
Well, I had to record.
My
Yeah. Anyway.
my friend used to work at Abbey Road Studios, and similar thing. The week before she was leaving, she brought me in because they've got a bar in Abbey Road Studios.
Have they?
Yeah, and
Come
so I
on,
went
John,
in,
1 year.
and I went in, and the night I was
sketch. No, you tell your story.
but even as I'm telling this, I'm realizing this is a bad anecdote because
No, tell it.
There's no punchline.
That's fine.
We'll sort that out.
There's-
We're doing post.
Without a punchline in post. But the day I went there was Tom Cruise was in the building doing the sound for Mission Impossible
Jeez.
You're
or
like,
something.
ah.
Michael Winslow.
So everyone's talking about Tom Cruise being in there, and then I had to
Hello,
I had to
Tom.
go I had to go to the bathroom, but I went out into the hallway, and they said, "All right, the bathroom's down there and on the left. But what you have to do is just make sure you don't go into any room with a red light above it, because if it's a red light above it, it's a studio, people working in there. And tonight, it's probably the one that Tom Cruise is in. But because I'm hammered at this stage, I went out and I immediately forgot if I was supposed to go into the room with the red light in, or not go into the one. And it would have been a better anecdote if I drunkenly went in and met Tom Cruise, but unfortunately, I just go for a piss. And that's why I really regretted starting the anecdote.
No, you went into the room to take a piss, and it's Tom Cruise is in there.
Yeah.
Recording.
Wow. Woo! That's what Tom Cruise is like, right?
He did one interview like that.
Are you telling me this mission is unachievable? Tom, when you say that again, you know that's not the name of the film. Fuck. Stop trying to get.
God.
Anyway.
God.
No, I can't. No.
I can tell that I'm at the end of a 3-hour record.
I'm trying so desperately.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
So desperately to click the word mission in my brain and right click synonyms. Achievement unachievable. No, that's horrible. Okay, achievement unachievable. Fucking hell.
Trip with priests. Wrong synonym.
Yeah. Statement no. End goal unachievable.
End goal unachievable.
Awful. What an awful day this has been for us all. We've flagged off 2 bears.
Do you remember the channel Sci-Fi? That was the one that did like Sharknado movies.
Yeah.
Achievement Unachievable is the type of movie that they would produce for
Yeah.
like 20 quid.
Yeah, Lava Spider versus Ground Kano.
Yeah, I mean, the room coming up with those titles must have been such a laugh.
Yeah.
They would have come up with things like The Boss versus Yogi Bear.
Yeah. That's basically this
crazy
podcast except without the
title for a
budget.
thing. Yeah.
Grimace versus Nelson Mandela.
I don't know if this is relevant, but my friend used to call the Sharknado films Shanados.
Shanados.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right, let's get to final argument. Neil, why is the Boss the best bear?
Was it? It's because he's bigger than all the other bears and he shags loads.
Yeah.
That's the most
QED.
summed up we've ever had. And then why is Yogi Bear the best bear?
Because he's mates with the park ranger and he eats loads. You know, I'm all about friendship and eating.
Yeah.
So
That's really wholesome, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Or is it an eating disorder? So, who knows?
Is it wholesome or is it just whole? Like a hole?
Oh, I see what you do. Like therapy-wise, there's a hole and
No,
he's filling it with
that.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put into the algorithm. The winner is the Boss.
Yes.
Well played.
Congratulations.
Good stuff. Well done, Neil. Thanks.
Unfortunately, Adam.
Yeah. Better luck next time.
I'll say this. I've got a lot of respect for Yogi.
Yeah.
I just want that on paper. I'm not being a shitty.
No. We all do. We're all human.
Yeah.
Boo Boo, I've got less time for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boo Boo can go. Fuck
Yeah,
himself.
he's pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, boober, you fucking cunt. Neil, got anything to plug?
Genuinely, no.
No?
No, I know. I'm like a comedian.
Don't just call Boo Boo a cunt and then that's what we're using to then platform Neil.
Oh,
Who's a
what?
cunt? What do you have to plug there?
I thought.
I mean, after that, no, not a lot.
I kind of thought did that perfectly. No.
Look, I mean, I'd love to plug my Instagram, but I don't think I've put anything on there in like 2 years.
Yeah,
We'll
make
put it
it
in the description. Anyway.
I've bought a camera and I'm going to start filming gigs.
Great.
And who knows? Maybe I will actually start putting up a clip.
Yeah, you need to.
Sweet.
I do.
We can't wait.
We can.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
The blurs.
So,
Adam,
oh,
plug some stuff.
1st of July, we've got Comedy 4X at the Camden Comedy Club, which is myself, Patrick Brujnahan, Peter Baisley, and Ed Mulvey. Or Eddie Mulvey. I think he should change his name to Eddie Mulvey. Because people will be like, Eddie Murphy? Like, yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, here's the lanky white guy.
Eddie Mulvey's a good showbiz name.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him next time you see him. Because I'm trying to get him to change his name to that. Just his stage name. His dad can still call him Ed. But
Yeah.
anyway, so doing that. And of course, I'm doing a show, The Wisdom of Ozempic, in Edinburgh every single day at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival from the 31st of July until the 20-something of August. Yeah, so come see that. And I'm doing some previews to that. I'm doing Fat Penguin on the 2nd of July in Birmingham. If you're in Birmingham, come there. I'm doing a preview of The Wisdom of Ozempic with Carl Donnelly, who's doing a preview of his show that will be back. So... Okay.
Cool.
You got anything? You got anything to plug?
There's a clip on YouTube. It's like Michael Jackson Usher dancing, and then Chris Tucker comes out, and it's meant to watch that.
Oh yeah, that is good. Did you see the thing recently about Akon?
No, we don't have time.
No.
Yeah, if you're plugging that, there's a YouTube video called "World's Shortest Train." Watch that because the train, it's so much shorter than you can expect it. It's so
No,
good.
they can't be that short.
It's let me show it.
We talking length or height?
What
okay.
a mad fucking question. Everyone lies down on the train? No.
It's like a toboggan.
Is this good for a podcast?
No.
Like, do a YouTube video show?
Yeah, that's
All
perfect.
right, thank you to Adam Green,
We'll watch it
our
after.
special guest,
Thanks.
Neil O'Rourke. I've been a terrible host, but my name is Patrick Brosnan.
I've loved it.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Neil. Cheers.
Right, stop recording this.
Bye.